Okay, guys, and this video we're going to use one example to explain some fundamental knowledge that we need to know to configure a capacity scheduler. Okay, let's look down a little bit. So in this little figure, as you see right here, it shows a hierarchical structure. Okay, let's use this figure as an example. Assume you have this is your organization structure. Okay, then you got a production department, development department. Okay, they're siblings. They're the first level user of your Hadoop. And under the development structure, you have the two sub department like engineering and science that belongs to the development department. Okay, and the root here means the fundamental queue of your Hadoop. And if this is your department of the structure and we want to configure a capacity scheduler, okay, to make the scheduler best serve our departmental request, job request, okay. So all the production, development, engineering, and science, they're gonna send Hadoop jobs to Hadoop system, and how do we configure the capacity scheduler to fit this department structure? Okay, this is a question. So administrator usually configure the structure, okay, using the configuration file, and there are graphical tools to let administrator do the configuration. So the configuration file. So in this course, I required you to be able to read and understand, okay, the configuration file. So that, with that said, if I give you this departmental structure, hierarchical structure, look like this, then I also give you the frame, like the configuration file items, then you should be able to tell, okay, the matching items between these two. Okay, so let's look at the configuration items one by one. Assume we want to have a capacity scheduler configured to fit this structure. Okay, so how do we do that? So this is a configuration file, XML file. So this file was organized by property by property. So here I highlighted is one property. That means one item or one configuration item. So this first property is to define the two queues, production and DEV. Okay, as you see here, the first level, top level two queues are production and DEV. And how do we define these two queues? We simply define a property like this. And the property has a name and a value. The name, you simply copy this line of text, and after the root, you have the keyword called queues. The value, you have two, production and DEV, separated by comma. Okay, this is how you define the first level queues. If we have three queues, for example, in your special application, then what you do is simply put a comma after DEV and put the third queue name. And if you have 5, 10 queues, same way to do it. Okay, so that's the first property. Second property, right here, I highlighted, is to define the sub queues. Okay, if you look at a name, all the names are the same before the root. If you compare the name between these two properties, okay, before root are all the same. But for the subqueues definition, after the root, I put DEV there. That means this time I want to define the queues under DEV. So under DEV, the value have 2, ENG and science. These are the two queues under DEV. And this is right here, okay? So under DEV, I have ENG and science, the two queues. That's how to define the queue structures. Okay. If you understand well about this, if I ask you to define one more queue, like for example, in the future, under the production queue, I have two more queues. Then you simply copy this part out and paste it, make one more property. And here you change the DV to production, and under it, you put the corresponding queue names in there. Okay. So I will stop here. So this part simply sums up is how to define the queue structure if given a departmental structure. Okay, the requirement is that given the departmental structure, can you define the property items in the configuration file? And the requirement is the same. If I give you a configuration file like this, then you should be able to figure out the queue structure, okay, like this. Okay, in next video, I'm going to do the capacity plan. Okay, let's stop here for that.